This is Adam Martin with your Western District Fishing Report. Water levels continue to hold steady at Summer Pool at Kentucky and Barkley Lakes, but the temperatures have been anything but steady. At the time of this recording, we are seeing water temps of around 66 degrees. However, with daytime temps projected to be in the 80s for a week, we will finally be seeing that water temp drop closer to 70. So how do things stand with the spawns? Well, the bass have been spawning for over a month now, which has led to some really good fishing for most anglers. There are still some pre-spawn fish, but for the most part the fish are spawning or are already post-spawn. Creature baits, jigs, and spinner baits have been the most popular choices lately. The crappie spawn is in full swing now, so you'll want to concentrate your efforts in water 10 feet or less. Crappie don't stay in guard fry as long as a bass will, so their shallow spawning foray will likely be short-lived. The bluegill and red ear spawn started a couple of weeks ago, but won't really get going until we see those higher water temps. Mid-May is shaping up to be a great red ear and bluegill season. These lakes hold some massive red ear, but the key to targeting them is to find a wind-protected pocket with mustard flowers or other flooded cover that's also got a hard gravel or chunk rock bottom. Crickets fished on the bottom are the go-to technique. If you catch one, don't leave. Red ear and bluegill are colonial spawners, so stick around, catch a few more. Now is also a great time to check out Lake Bashir and try to catch that bass of a lifetime. It's one of the few lakes in Kentucky where an angler will catch a 7-pounder or two and then answer with, "It was a little slow," when asked how the fishing was today. The lily pads in the backs of both creek arms will still be holding spawners, but as these sunny days show up, I wouldn't be surprised if a dock flipping bite turned on. Wherever you decide to go, stay safe and socially distance. Good luck.
This is Jason Russell with your Eastern District Fishing Report. All of our district Army Corps lakes are slightly above summer pool with recent rainfall. These lakes are currently releasing water and water color is pretty stained. The forecast for this week is calling for a break from the rain, so these conditions should be improving as the week goes. Largemouth bass fishing has been good on Yatesville and Fish Trap lakes. Good numbers of larger fish are being caught in shallow water. Try working worms and other soft plastic baits in treetops, especially on the cooler days with cloud cover. As the week warms up, spinner baits and crankbaits worked along brushy cover and rocky points would be a good choice. Crappie fishing continues to be going well at Dewey and Buckhorn lakes. Larger fish are still being caught in brushy treetops along the banks and shoreline. Try fishing small pearl-colored jigs or jigs tipped with minnows. Dewey anglers have also been catching some larger crappie in the tailwater areas. Try fishing these areas when the water release schedules allow. Catfish anglers are also doing well at Fish Trap, Martins Fork, and Dewey Lake. Good numbers of channel catfish are being caught at all three. Try fishing cut bait, chicken livers, or night crawlers in 6 to 8 feet of water. Blue catfish are still producing good fishing on jugs at Dewey and Fish Trap lakes as well. Both lakes have good numbers of larger catfish to catch. Anglers at Paintsville Lake have also been reporting catching good numbers of crappie recently. Try working your favorite jigs tipped with minnows slowly in vertical presentations through brush piles and treetops. Be sure to keep an eye on our website for updates to the trout stocking schedule in the upcoming days. As always, be safe and take a kid fishing whenever you can.
This is Jeff Crosby with the Central District Fishing Report. Lake temperatures across the district are running in the mid-60s. Largemouth bass fishing is good at many of our area lakes. Crankbaits and swim baits are productive lures at this time. Also, throwing soft plastics around shoreline cover can also produce a few fish. We appear to be toward the end of the bass spawn with only a few fish on the beds. Good catches of bluegill and shellcracker are starting to be taken at many of our department-owned lakes, such as Beaver, Corinth, Elmer, McNeely lakes. Bluegill and shellcracker are starting to move shallow to build nests for their spawn. Bluegill can be caught on a variety of lures such as crickets, mealworms, redworms, or night crawlers. Concentrate your efforts in pockets in the vegetation along the edges of the shoreline vegetation. At Taylorsville, crappie are still being taken. Crappie are being caught on live minnows or crappie jigs, fishery lures in about 4 to 10 feet of water to catch a few of these fish. And finally, I'm getting good reports of good catches of smallmouth and rock bass in many of our local streams, such as Elkhorn Creek, South Fork Licking, and Floyd's Fork. Small crankbaits or jerkbaits, as well as small jigs, are very productive during this time of year. Always remember to ask permission before entering private property. So grab a pole and enjoy some great late spring fishing, and I hope to see you on the water.